Joe's Furniture, an audio screenplay by Chris Furlong. Copyright 2025.
Interior, bombed out building, Afghanistan, day 2001. Operation Enduring Freedom. United States Marine Corps Task Force 64 has been ambushed. Many of the troops from the squad lay dead or wounded along the war-torn courtyard. Sergeant Brenda Sheffield ducks and rolls her way alongside Corporal Kenny the Hammer Johnson. They are huddled behind a pile of stone, twisted rebar, and what's left of a wall. Bullets ricochet. They are covered in thick brown dust.
With all due respect, Sergeant Sheffield, you're not supposed to be here.
Fuck you, Corporal. If you're gonna die, I'm gonna die with you.
Yes, sir. Here's the situation. We suffered multiple fatalities and need our wounded back at Command Ops ASAP. Unless we take that sniper down, we'll be pinned. Requesting permission for me to advance and take that sniper, sir.
You know I like it when you call me Sarah Marine.
Sir, we're under fire. I'm going in to get a better position. I need to know if you'll cover me.
Johnson, I'll cover you, all right?
Grabs him by the collar and sticks her tongue down his throat. Cut 2. Interior, mosque, minaret, continuous. A Taliban sniper leans wounded against a wall beneath a broken window that overlooks the courtyard from high above. He is alone and trembling as he quickly peers out the window to unload several rounds toward the courtyard. He ducks back under the window to reload. Cut 2. Interior, bombed out building, continuous. Kenny has to fight his lever off.
What the fuck, Brenda? Are you always horny?
Let's chase that motherfucker down.
It's hammer time. You know what to do. I'm advancing in 3, 2, 1.
Kenny jumps the wall and clambers through the rubble on his hands and knees. He then springs to his feet and takes off down the street, keeping low to the ground. He drops on his chest and covers his head as bullets bound off walls close to him. Brenda opens fire with an M4 rifle. She stands atop the rubble, spraying multiple rounds from side to side, screaming like an Apache warrior. Kenny regains his footing and sprints across the courtyard. He is halfway across when he steps on an IED landmine. The force of it blows him 20 feet in the air. Cut 2. Exterior, courtyard, dream sequence, continuous, slow motion, silent. We watch what has just happened from above. The smoke and flames of the explosion shoot straight in the air. The courtyard cobblestones are shot like cannonballs in every direction, leaving a 20-foot crater in the street. Brenda is blasting bullets across the perimeters as Kenny's body gets flung in the air like a rag doll.
I've heard that time slows during a near-death experience. Serenity and warmth is said to overcome the person as they witness their lives as a spectator. Survivors describe it as a momentary glimpse into another world where they perceive the very essence of truth, the meaning to it all.
Close up, Kenny. He has a serene smile on his face as he watches his bloodied, severed left leg float past him. Interior, parked car, Encinitas, California, day. Close up. Face of a man in a rearview mirror, the look of sheer defeat.
Having died 10,000 pathetic, menial little deaths, the only glimpse I had into another world was when I looked at myself in the mirror each morning, unable to recognize the face staring back at me. Not a hint of serenity, only reflections, desperation etched into the soul of a salesman.
50-something Don Bowman is dressed in a wrinkled shirt and poorly tied necktie. He sports a ridiculous mustache. We like him already. He takes a deep breath. He is rehearsing his sales pitch.
Big Mike, we go way back. I just know this is perfect for you. I can definitely get more people through your door. Yes, I heard your ad on the radio, catchy jingle, but I'm telling you, Big Mike, this is better. And I can get you good rates. Fuck it, Big Mike. What I'm trying to say is I'll watch you jerk off if you buy something from me.
Don opens the car door as he heads towards the car dealership lot. Pause as he realizes his fly is unzipped. Cut 2. Exterior. Front doorstep of a home. Day. Flashback. A 10-year-old Don Bowman struggles with the weight of a satchel filled with rolled-up newspapers. He tentatively rings the doorbell. A fat man opens the door. Don jumps back.
I've been selling my whole life, but I was never any good at it. I sold newspapers when I was a kid.
Who are you?
I've been your paper boy for the past 2 years.
So?
Well, mister, you haven't paid once.
The fat man slams the door in Don's face. Cut 2. Exterior. Fenway Park, Boston, Mass. Day. Flashback. A scrawny Don Bowman struggles to carry a basket filled with popcorn as he walks up a staircase in the crowded stands.
One summer, I was what they call a hawker at Fenway Park, selling my goods in the stands. Hey, popcorn here.
Don stops next to a family. The dad hands Don cash. Don tries to handle the cash while giving the bag of popcorn to the boy. He drops the popcorn over the kid's head. The dad commences yelling at Don. Cut 2. Interior. Mortuary. Day. Flashback. A long-haired, college-age Don Bowman escorts a mourning old woman towards a selection of tombstones. She is in tears. He begins to weep. They hug each other.
I sold tombstones when I finished college. Actually, sold one. It made me very sad. I wanted to give her money back.
Later, Don stares into an empty casket, running his fingers along the shiny wood. Cut 2. Interior. Mortuary. Day. Flashback. 10-year-old Don stares into a casket. He runs his hands along the shiny wood. He struggles to fight back tears at the sight of his father lying before him.
Goodbye, Dad. Maybe I hated the business of selling because it always made me feel dead inside.
Interior. Office elevator. Day. Encinitas, California. A young adult Don sticks his shoe in an elevator door to accost his client. The elevator door begins to close on his outstretched leg.
But Mr. Crookshank, you didn't let me finish my presentation. I sold newspaper advertising when my wife and I first moved from Boston to San Diego. The only thing I ever got me anywhere was persistence. I figured if I'd wait them out long enough, they'd have to buy because they felt sorry for me, and it worked for a while anyway.
Don barely makes his way through the door. He flounders to open his briefcase. It snaps open and he drops it on the floor. His papers lie in a heap. Don drops to his hands and knees, trying to put them in order. His face is now inches away from the client's shoes. Interior. San Diego Specialty Auto Sales. Day. Flashback. A fit but slightly older, slightly balder Don hounds Big Mike, who is urgently packing up his briefcase in an attempt to escape Don.
I sold radio advertising when I left the newspaper business.
Look, Bowman, I don't need it. There are plenty of other businesses in this town. Go bother someone else.
It doesn't matter what you're selling. The same principle applies. It's called the 80-20 rule. For every 20 sales you make, you fail 80 times. I've been selling for 20 years. In that time, I made about 1,000 sales pitches a year. That means I had failed and died a little bit inside. 16,000 times.
Exterior. San Diego Specialty Auto Sales. Day. 2001. A fit but salt and peppered haired 59-year-old Don trails Big Mike to the parking lot and hovers over Big Mike's open car window.
These days, I'm selling cheesy ads on late-night local TV.
Don opens the car door and gets in. He continues his sales pitch.
We have 50 channels and over 100,000 viewers. I'm telling you, Big Mike, your business would soar.
Mike screams at Don.
You've been calling on me for 20 years, Bowman, and you still don't know the first thing about my business. It's all about money with you guys, ain't it? Now, get your ugly face out of my car. You're sweating up the leather.
Don extricates himself from the vehicle and shuts the door. He has forgotten his briefcase in the car. Big Mike rips out of the parking lot. Don runs alongside the car, reaching in to try to grab his briefcase. Big Mike speeds away.
My briefcase!
Big Mike tosses the briefcase out the window. It tumbles and snaps open, littering Don's papers across the parking lot. Don addresses himself.
It ain't about the money, Big Mike. It's about... Fuck you!
Exterior, San Diego Veterans Hospital, San Diego, California. Day. Kenny exits the front doors of the hospital. He wears a prosthetic leg. He wobbles a bit as he runs toward the now pregnant Brenda. They embrace. She lifts him off the ground and swings him around. Interior, Don Bowman's home. Night. Don and his wife Sandra and college-aged daughter Rebecca sit at the dinner table.
Crazy day in the ER today. A Marine walked in with a fork lodged in his neck.
Don is not even listening to her.
I almost made a sale today. The guy, he seemed really interested.
Rebecca and Sandra trade glances.
That's great, Daddy. I know things are going to pick up for you this summer.
Becca, aren't you going to tell your father?
His daughter is beaming with excitement.
I got into Tufts Pre-Med, Daddy.
In Boston?
Yep, back where I was born. Just think, you and Mommy can come visit and see all your old friends.
Sandra and Don lock eyes.
We need to celebrate.
Exterior, ice cream shop, night. Rebecca is retrieving her ice cream at the service counter while Don and Sandra talk quietly aside.
How are we going to pay for this?
Donnie, it's Tufts. We'll just have to find a way.
Don has that look in his eyes. Sandra has a scared look on her face. She shakes her head no.
You just have to do it, honey.
No way. I'm not doing it again.
You have to, Sandra. We need the money and I need this sale.
Rebecca approaches and they quickly stop talking as Don proudly puts his arm around his daughter.
My college girl.
Exterior, Patricia McFadden's mansion, night. The shadowy figure of a mysterious man dressed in all black prowls the sprawling, manicured, immense, shrub-ridden grounds of the enormous mansion. He approaches the house. We watch as he exposes an electrical box connected to the post. He opens it and adeptly disconnects wires. We follow the man as he makes his way past the expansive pool, up the side of a long, winding marble staircase, and around the side of the house to a set of large, grid glass doors. He wraps his hand in a rag and quietly smashes the window pane closest to the handle. He reaches through and opens the door from inside. He enters the mansion. Interior, sales manager's office, day. Don sits across the desk of his sales manager, Rick. There is a whiteboard behind Rick's desk. Close-up, whiteboard, showing rows and columns with names of salesmen. Next to each name is a list of clients with dollar figures next to them. Don's name has nothing next to it. Back to scene.
Don, it's been 8 months.
Things are about to turn around for me, Rick.
Don, we had a great run, but it's young man's game now. I can't cover you any longer. Corporate has my nuts in a vice grip. I may not be too far behind you out the door.
Are you firing me, Rick? I was at your daughter's first birthday party, for Christ's sake.
I went to bat for you, Don. Again. They said they'll give you 30 days to turn around. 70,000 on the books, or you need to find a new job.
Rick reaches into his desk to produce a bottle of Jack Daniels. Don stares aimlessly out the window.
Fuck, Rick. I never thought it would end like this. It's so cliche. A guy spends half his life selling until he's all sold out.
Rick hands Don a glass and they both drain the shot.
Think of it like this, Don. Maybe now you have time to finish that book you've been writing. What's it about again?
Selling. It's about selling, Rick. Isn't that a laugh? It's about all the shit that guys like you and me put up with.
Rick tries to change the subject to get Don's mind off.
Yeah, you remember Richardson from WXTK? Handles the sensor security account. He told me the McFadden mansion got robbed. Supposed to be hush-hush.
Why the fuck are you telling me this? I really don't give a flying fuck about Patricia fucking McFadden.
I just thought it was interesting. Sounded like something to put in your book. Besides, it's better than talking about how your job is on the line.
Don stares out the window. He pours and drains another shot. Interior, Trust Us Transmission Repair, day. Don is following Luke, a heavily tattooed mechanic, around his shop while Luke inspects cars that are on lifts.
I told you, Bowman, I can't afford it. Come back next month. Maybe.
That's what you said last month and the month before.
Interior, Trust Us Transmission Repair, waiting area, continuous. Enter Kenny Johnson to the waiting area. He's got a bloody white bandage on his neck. We hear Kenny arguing with the clerk in the background as Don continues to try to persuade Luke to buy advertising.
Which one of you fuckers gave my wife a quote for $350 and ended up charging her $700?
The clerk doesn't bother to look up from his magazine. This angers Kenny even more.
If that's what she paid, that's what it cost.
Okay then, what's the cost of freedom?
The bored clerk continues reading his magazine.
It's the cost of doing business.
I'm talking about honor, duty. I'm talking about...
The clerk finally looks up.
You're talking nonsense, pal.
Kenny rolls up his pant leg. Close up, Kenny's prosthetic leg.
I served in the Afghan desert for you, motherfucker. I fought for this country so you can sit here and read magazines all day. And nobody told me it was going to cost me an arm and a leg either. Get it? An arm and a leg. Now I want my $700 back.
Luke overhears this and inches his way to the reception area to get a better vantage point.
Fuck, not this guy.
You know him?
Every business in town knows him.
Kenny begins violently shaking the soda machine.
Look, buddy, I appreciate that you gave your country, but I'm a businessman, and that's what it cost me to fix your wife's car. Unfix it. What the fuck are you talking about? Unfix it and give me my money back. You're fucking nuts.
Kenny bites down hard on his finger, trying to suppress his anger.
I'm not nuts. You just told me to unfix your car. That's crazy talk. I told you not to say stuff like that. I'm getting really pissed off right now. You better unfix it.
Luke looks to see a large Bowie knife strapped to Kenny's hip under his shirt. Luke smartly shrugs it off. Close up, knife. Back to scene.
Okay, man, I'll unfix your car.
Interior, trust us transmission repair, continuous. Kenny's car is raised on a lift. Luke is underneath swearing. The drive shafts come flying out from under the car. Luke slides out from under the car. He reaches into his pocket and produces a wad of bills to give to Kenny.
No charge for the oil change either. Now get the fuck out of here. You too, Bowman.
I'll come back another time. How's tomorrow look for you, Luke?
Luke gives Don a piercing look. Interior, Parish of Eternal Hope. A room adorned with statues of Mother Mary and Jesus. Don is in a meeting with Pastor Randall C. Flood and his wife, Melissa.
May the Lord bless this advertising campaign and bring Mr. Bowman prosperity in his future business endeavors.
Randall lifts his head to the heavens.
Amen to that. Now let's talk about the cost per month. I know it's not much, but we can only afford $500. $500 per week? No, $500. That's all we have left.
We spent every dime we had to bring His Holiness to the event.
God?
Is something wrong, Don?
I can't take your money.
Don, have you ever heard of Reverend Jeremiah A. Wonder?
That crazy guy on late night TV in Los Angeles? The Holy Roller?
Don, just get the people through our doors, and Jeremiah Wonder will do the rest. We'll be able to spend more money after that. Lots of money.
Blessed be, Sister Melissa. But there is one thing, Don. What's that?
Melissa suddenly adopts a ruthless tone.
The TV commercial needs to be good. It needs to be really good, Don. You have to write something that sells and sells hard. We're counting on you, Don. God is counting on you. Now let us pray.
They all join hands. Interior, Madame Belinsky's premonition pit stop. Madame Belinda Belinsky is sitting at a small wooden table in the corner across the room. She's deeply entranced while hunched over a bowl of tea leaves. Don cautiously enters.
Madame Belinsky?
No response as Madame Belinsky is still spellbound.
If this isn't a good time,
Still no response.
I'll come back tomorrow.
Madame Belinsky snaps out of her altered state.
You must be the ad guy. It took you long enough. I called 2 weeks ago.
I'm sorry, it's just that...
Irrelevant. Sit down, Mr. Bowman.
Wait, how do you know...
Silence.
She reaches into a wooden cabinet to retrieve an object. She delicately unwraps a peach-sized orb from a sheath. It emits a color unlike anything Don's ever seen. Close up, the divination orb.
The divination orb transforms your way of seeing the world and the way the world sees you. Environmentally responsible, too. The orb senses everything. It senses great things before you, Mr. Bowman. Life-changing things.
Miss Belinsky, I'm sure your crazy ball sees lots of things, but there's no way you can sell enough of them to cover the cost of advertising.
Belinsky eases up on her mystical persona and addresses Don like a normal person.
No shit, Sherlock. I don't want to advertise them. Just place the friggin' things in the background of your TV commercials. The orb will do the rest. If you do this, Mr. Bowman, we'll bring you us good fortune.
You want me to...
You simply must do this, Mr. Bowman. Refusal to comply is not an option for either of us.
Madame Belinsky begins to stare over Don's shoulders and becomes entranced again. Don looks behind him to see nothing there. He returns his glance to Madame Belinsky, who is nodding her head back and forth while softly hissing strange words. Interior, the Pink Pussycat Lounge, day. Don sits at the corner of the bar nursing a drink while writing in his notebook, his memoir. Jude, a stripper, approaches Don as she steps off the stage.
Hey, Donnie, what you doing?
I was hoping to catch Jimmy to Greece. He's 6 months behind on his payments and won't return my calls.
He saw you coming, slipped out the back door.
Damn, my only client. He's a deadbeat. I really need that money, Jude.
Jude bends down to expose a wad of cash between her tits and bra. Don tries not to look.
I appreciate that, Jude, but I can't take your money. You're a good friend to offer. I just need to start thinking bigger.
Jude quickly changes the subject.
Are you working on your novel? Can I be in it, Don? Please, please, pretty please.
Don takes the divination orb out of his briefcase, staring aimlessly at it. It glistens in the stage lights.
What's that?
Some batshit crazy lady in Encinitas gave it to me. I forgot I had it.
He hands her the orb. It begins to buzz and glow.
What the hell? It's vibrating. Is this some kind of a sex toy?
Don grabs it and is surprised by the sensation. He looks around to see if anyone has noticed. He quickly puts it in his inside pocket of his blazer. We see it glowing beneath his suit coat.
It's a sign, Don. Maybe your novel will get published. Maybe you'll make $1 million sale or something.
Don closes his notebook.
It's not gonna happen, Jude. We're both hustlers. We both know what's real. Let's face it, the odds are stacked against us.
The girls and I are all pulling for ya. You're the only guy in here that doesn't flirt with us. You're a real gentleman, Don.
Jude squeezes her temples between her palms and squints her eyes shut, trying to incubate a thought.
I have an idea.
Thanks, Jude, but I have to figure this out on my own.
Hear me out, Don. Me and Steph were shopping for furniture the other night. You know, for our new apartment. We only had to put 2 months down. Can you believe that? 2 months.
Jude has become sidetracked and forgotten her point.
I'm happy for you, but what is it?
What?
Your idea.
I'm thinking magenta rugs and calming coffee on the walls.
You were about to tell me your idea for me to make money.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We went to that place on the 101. You know, like it's really big and square.
Jude paints a picture for him with her arms and hands. Her animation draws the attention of some of the amused patrons. One of them is Kenny Johnson.
Lots of circus colors and huge windows. It has really nice stuff too. I've never seen so much stuff. There's like tons of stuff everywhere you look. It's stuffed with stuff. It's like a ginormous museum of furniture.
Don has become lost in his own thoughts. Jude continues.
And get this, he sells all this stuff on credit. It don't even matter if you have bad credit or no credit at all. Can you imagine that?
Don looks around to make sure nobody is listening. He whispers to her.
You mean
Joe's Furniture?
Cut 2. Exterior. Joe's Furniture. We look across the 101 Pacific Coast Highway to witness the grand cathedral of all cheap furniture stores, an unabashed assault of over-the-top promotional perfection. The worst possible color combinations adorn the exterior. Panoramic showroom windows framed with flashing neon lights wrap around the large building. Back to scene.
Those furniture guys all want their mugs on TV. You should go sell them, Don.
Jude, he tried to run over a rookie salesman 3 years ago.
Cut 2. Exterior. Alley. Day. Flashback. An ominous Joe is behind the wheel of a speeding car. He has a cigar in his mouth and a determined look in his eyes. His 2 sons, Little Zeb and Big Zeb, hang out the windows of the car, wielding brooms and hollering as they chase a salesman through the alley. Back to scene.
What do you have to lose?
The orb begins to glow even brighter in his pocket. They look at it with astonishment. Interior. Mattress source. Day. Don fiddles with a video camera which is set up in front of a bed. Sandra is on the bed, dressed like Goldilocks. The divination orb is placed in the background. Don nods to Sandra, who speaks stiffly into the camera.
The first one was too soft, and that one from the other store was too hard and expensive. But this one is just right. Thanks, Mattress Source.
Cut! That was great, Sandra. Can you do it again? This time with a more...
Sandra rips off her wig and storms out of the place. She is in tears. Don follows her to the parking lot. Sandra rips off her costume while getting into the car.
Can't do this anymore, Donnie.
That's okay, sweetie. It was great. We can use the footage we have.
I'm not talking about the frigging commercial. I'm talking about this.
Don is oblivious.
This? What?
First, it was the subprime lending scam where you had me dressed like a hooker.
Cut 2. Exterior. Street corner. Day. Don peeks over the cameraman's head as they shoot the commercial. Sandra is dressed like a prostitute and solicits a man passing by.
I'll get you a better deal.
Back to scene.
That was one of my best commercials.
My friends at the hospital still won't let me forget that fucking chicken commercial.
Cut 2. Exterior. Cluck Cluckin' Chicken. Day. Flashback. Don and his TV crew are filming the commercial featuring a life-size chicken, Sandra, hopping and waving with a giant arrow in front of a fast food establishment. Back to scene.
Okay, I won't put you in any more commercials.
No, Don, I'm done. You gotta leave.
What do you mean? Leave where?
This isn't healthy for me. It's not good for Becca, for either of us to see you like this.
I'm gonna turn it around. You'll see. I'll finish the novel. We'll never have to worry about money again.
She gets in the car and rolls down the window.
You're a dreamer, Donnie. I love you and always will, but you're not living in the real world.
I'm totally living in the real world. This is the real world, Sandy.
He ironically holds up the Goldilocks costume and wig.
Can't you even see it? Everything you do is based on a fantasy. Someday, when, I just can't handle it anymore.
I'll change. I'll get a different job. I'll quit writing the stupid book.
She pats him on the cheek.
Don't ever want you to stop writing, Donnie. I love that you have dreams. but you got to take your head out of the clouds. It's too late for that fairy tale ending. I think you should just get your own place, just for a while, until you get your head together.
She puts the wig on Don's head, gives him a sad smile, and kisses him. She drives off. Don has a downtrodden look on his face, but just for a moment. He snaps out of it and walks quickly back to the store.
Can we get an understudy on set?
Exterior, Omar's Fine Jewelry Emporium, night. Kenny Johnson stands across the street, out of view. Interior, Omar's Fine Jewelry Emporium, continuous. Don enters the modest shop. Omar is behind the glass counter that houses a few watches, necklaces, bracelets. Nothing special.
Hey, Don, how's life treating you?
Like I've been sleeping with its wife.
Anything I can do to help?
You can finally buy some advertising from me, Omar.
Don puts his head down on the counter.
She left me, Omar. She finally did. I knew it would happen one day.
Don, maybe you should just call it quit. Sell something else. Insurance? Cars? Anything but advertising. It's killing you. It's killing your marriage.
I'm broke, Omar.
Don, if you need some cash, me and Shreya would be happy to lend it to you. How much do you need? You can pay me back once you get on your feet.
Omar opens the cash register and presents a wad of cash to Don, who refuses.
Thanks, Omar. I gotta think. Yeah, it's what I need to do, think. I just came in to say hi.
Don exits with his head down.
Maybe you're thinking too much, Don.
Exterior, Omar's Fine Jewelry Emporium, continuous. Kenny trails Don from a distance as he exits the shop. Exterior, Joe's Furniture, night. Don stares across the 101 highway. He holds the divination orb in his hand. It does nothing. He talks to himself.
Maybe they're right. Maybe I need to get out of this business. Start fresh. I can't chase the fantasy anymore. Magic orb? Fuck this thing.
Don takes the divination orb in his hand, and like a baseball player, he winds up and throws it as far as he can into an alley. Close up, the divination orb. Exterior, alley, continuous. We follow the orb on its brief adventure. First, it bounces high off a wall and careens off a dumpster lid, landing in a gutter. It travels along the gutter until it reaches the drain pipe. We hear it clanking and clunking downward until it reaches the curved spot at the bottom and changes its direction, heading back out of the alley. It slowly rolls out of the alley and stops at Don's feet. Back to scene. Don picks up the divination orb and places it back in his briefcase. Exterior, McFaddy's mansion, day. Patricia McFaddy wears a bikini that is no longer appropriate for her age. She sits by the pool. Antonio Del Corio stands by her attention. He's a thin, manicured gentleman with a Gucci suit.
Find the fucking things, Tony. It's all I have to remember Daddy by. And the ski house. Where is that again?
Aspen.
I ever been there?
No, you lost that at the Bellagio during, it was a dark period.
That never happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Tony, if you don't find that necklace, I'll have to sell the estate and you'll be out on the streets. But the taxes on this joint are killing me, Tony. I finally found a buyer for them. So find them and keep quiet. They are uninsured because, well, you know.
I was there when your father won them. He doubled down on 2 leases for 21 on both counts. Some say he...
You sure do know an awful lot, don't you, Tony? But if you were doing your job, this wouldn't have happened. Fix it, Tony. Those things have been nothing but a curse to me.
We have several leads. It has to be one of the usual suspects. It's a small town, Patricia. It's just a matter of time before they reveal themselves.
What, are you some kind of pervert? You're waiting for someone to whip out their junk to find out who stole the fucking jewels? You call yourself a detective? Where the fuck is Elda? I want a drink.
You fired her.
Why are you just standing there, Tony? Make me a martini or make me a Manhattan.
Del Corio departs without a change in facial expression. Close up, martini glass. Del Corio is slipping white powder in her drink. Interior, dirty deeds done dirt cheap, night. Don sits across from friendly Frank Fugazi, an obese, foul-mouthed, slobbering bail bondsman who oozes slime.
I told you 1,000,000 times, Bowman, I don't need to advertise. My customers come to me. I'm a necessary commodity.
I'm not selling this time, Frank. I'm buying. I need cash.
Frank's beady eyes glare.
How much?
20 grand on the Chargers game this Sunday.
Everyone in this town knows you got no collateral, Bowman.
I'll get you free advertising on TBS.
Frank produces a betting slip. Don puts out his hand to retrieve it. Frank pulls it back.
I want to be on court TV, too.
Okay, sure. Whatever, Frank.
They shake hands and both wipe off each other's sweat on their respective pant legs. Interior, Omar's Fine Jewelry Emporium, night. Kenny hands his gold watch and Marine's Core ring to Omar.
How much?
They have little use for the ring. Nobody's going to buy that.
You can melt the gold and sell the sapphire. I knew you got a side hustle.
Omar pauses for a moment. This is not supposed to be common knowledge.
$250 for the ring, only because you're a Marine.
How'd you know I was a Marine?
It says it right here on your ring.
Omar points. Kenny has a look of embarrassment.
And I have one of my own.
Omar proudly shows Kenny the Marine Corps ring he's wearing.
You served?
Just like 90% of the guys in this town.
Pause as Kenny waits for Omar to volunteer information about his under-the-table business. Omar just stares him down.
What do you do with it, old man?
With what, Marine?
You know, the jewels, the gold, after you melt them down.
You're new to this town, aren't you?
Been here a couple months. How'd you know?
There is a story you should hear.
I like stories.
About 10 years ago, there was a little girl in this town. She was sitting on a park bench, stuffing gobs of candy in her mouth. An old woman approached her.
Dissolve 2. Exterior. Park. Fantasy sequence. We see the old woman approach the little girl.
You shouldn't eat so much candy, little girl. You won't live a long and healthy life. Don't you want to live a long and healthy life, little girl?
The little girl stops eating candy for a moment.
My grandfather ate tons of candy.
I bet he didn't live a long and healthy life.
He lived to be 100 years old, fit as a fiddle till the day he died.
The girl continues eating the candy.
And I want to know his secret. How did he live to be so old and healthy?
The girl stuffs so much candy in her mouth that she can barely talk.
He learned to mind his own fucking business.
The old woman is appalled and scurries off. Back to scene. Kenny smirks as he backs out of the jewelry store.
See you around, old man.
Exterior. Omar's Fine Jewelry Emporium. Later. The mysterious man from the robbery enters the store with a satchel. Exterior. Omar's Fine Jewelry Emporium. Continuous. Kenny has been outside casing the joint and sees the mysterious man go in with the satchel. Interior. Omar's Jewelry Emporium. Continuous. We can only see the mysterious man from the back. He opens the satchel to produce a glittering necklace adorned with hundreds and hundreds of magnificent diamonds. Close up. Jewels. Omar escorts the mysterious man into a back room. He shows him a photo album. The mysterious man points to a photo and nods. Omar nods as he hands the mysterious man a large sum of cash as insurance. The mysterious man hands him the satchel and slithers out the back door. Interior. Hotel room. Night. Don is sitting on a bed, talking to the TV while watching a football game. His glance continues to return to the divination orb.
Come on, hit the extra point. Beat these Oakland fucking Raiders.
Close up. TV set. The kicker misses the extra point. Don grabs the divination orb and whips it at the television screen. The orb bounces off the television, hits a wall behind Don, and lands on his lap. Interior. Kenny's apartment. Night. Kenny arrives at his apartment, which is almost barren, except for a television set, a crib, and his pregnant wife, Brenda, sitting on a Home Depot bucket.
Where the fuck were you all day?
She throws a Home Depot bucket at him.
I was out hustling for us, because that's what this Marine does.
He finally notices his apartment is devoid of furniture.
What the fuck, Brent? We get robbed?
It was the furniture guys. They left a note.
She hands him the note.
2 months late on payments, Kenny? While you were out hustling, I was out getting groceries, and they busted the door in. I went to the ATM, and my account was drained. Where did all the money go, Kenny?
Well, at least they didn't take the TV. Can you scooch over a bit, Sweetums? I got a lot riding on this game.
She beats him over the head with a Home Depot bucket. It barely phases him as he continues to watch the game.
Is that where it went? Kenny Johnson, you're a goddamn son of a bitch. If they didn't take all the silverware, I'd stick another fork in your neck.
If he hits his 30 on it, we'll be able to buy a big house in a nice neighborhood filled with furniture and all the silverware you want.
Close up, TV set. The same kicker misses the field goal. Back to scene. Exterior, Joe's Furniture, night. Kenny's echo cascades across the city and hovers over Joe's Furniture. Exterior, Joe's Furniture, day. Don produces the divination orb from his jacket pocket. It does nothing. He realizes his pants are unzipped. Again. Interior, Joe's Furniture, day. The showroom looks like it belongs in Elvis's Graceland. Naked goddess fountains, black puma coffee tables, Eiffel Tower lamps. we behold the poised and polished 64-year-old Joe. He is adorned in a Tommy Bahama shirt, thick gold necklace, a Rolex watch, and he is bejeweled with rings on all his fingers. He wears a gold bracelet on his wrist that reads Joe in diamonds. He works the busy showroom floor, deciding who is most ripe for the picking. His eyes glance for a moment as Don enters the store. Joe begins selling to a young couple. Joe's trusted assistant, Slim, approaches Joe and whispers in his ear. Joe quietly reprimands him.
How many times do I have to tell you, fuckface? Never interrupt me when I'm talking to my valued clientele.
Slim whispers in his ear again.
Get rid of them, Slim.
Slim approaches Don. Slim is a bony man of diminutive stature. He wears polyester pants and a white button-down short-sleeve shirt that hangs on his body like a wet towel.
Joe says whatever you're selling, he ain't buying.
How do you know I'm selling something?
Slim breaks the veil and faces the camera.
They all think Slim's an idiot.
Slim returns his glance to Don.
Well then, you look like a man with fine taste. Let me show you our selection. Everything is always on sale here at Joe's Furniture.
Don whispers to Slim.
Actually, I was hoping to talk with Joe about something.
Slim breaks the veil again and winks at the camera. He returns his glance to Don.
Joe don't like salesmen.
But Joe is a salesman, just like you and me.
He's not just a salesman. He's much more than that. He's a philosopher, man, a prophet. We are but simple salesmen. Dao Su is what the Viet Cong called him.
Slim looks at the ceiling as if to see something falling from the sky. He lunges towards Don and takes him down.
Incoming! Shrapnel! Everybody down!
Customers in the store stop to watch. Slim stands, dazed. Don gets to his feet, wiping off his suit. Slim shakes his head and comes back to reality. Joe grins from a distance.
Anyway, you don't like bad salesmen.
I'll wait.
Don't make me call Little Zeb on you, mister. You don't want that.
Look, buddy, all I want to do is sell the guy some advertising.
Slim gets on the store microphone and his words fill the room over the loudspeaker.
Little Zeb, please put down your shiny toy dump truck and proceed to the showroom. Code blue on aisle 5.
Out walks Joe's son, Little Zeb. He's a giant with a permagrin. Slim motions towards Don. Little Zeb approaches Don, grabs him by the back of his collar, lifts him off the floor, and walks towards the door. Joe watches with amusement from across the room. Don is gasping and choking, trying to loosen his tie. Little Zeb is about to toss him out on the street when Joe calls out.
Hold on, Little Zeb. Take a seat, Mr. Sales Executive. I could use some entertainment today.
Don straightens his tie and sits down on a sofa. Dissolved 2. Time passes, and it begins to grow dark outside. Don is struggling to stay awake. Joe laughs with customers. He's playing with Don's patience. Finally, as the last customer leaves, Dissolved 2, Joe sits down at a desk located in the middle of the showroom, crosses his arms behind his head, puts his feet up on a desk, and lets out a big sigh. He clears his throat loudly and motions to Don to come over.
Going to sit there all night, or are you going to come over here and try to sell me something?
Don motions to himself.
Who, me?
Well, I don't see any other poorly dressed salesmen in this room except for Slim. Yes, you. Come on over.
Slim answers from across the room.
You bought me these clothes, boss.
Because I want him to look inferior to the customers. What's your excuse?
For what?
For the way you dress?
I guess...
Slim was my bunkmate in boot camp. Had to teach him how to tie his boots when we got into basic training. Why don't you demonstrate for us, Slim?
Slim approaches. Joe's words seem not to bother him.
Boss, if I finish up the paperwork, can I leave early?
Joe just nods yes and addresses Don.
He also owes me his life. I remind him of that daily.
Slim heads back to the counter without pause.
So, Joe, you bought Nam.
What? You're going to lead with that, Mr. Bowman?
How do you know my name?
My business to know it. TV guy, right? Now, this is when you ask me to dance. Let's hear your icebreaker.
Don looks confused.
Those alluring words that will make me want to go home with you tonight.
Don is now extremely confused.
Oh, okay. I think a guy like you should be on TV.
Jesus, Bowman. That's your follow-up. Aren't you going to try to flirt with me a little bit before trying to fuck me?
I don't want to. I mean...
Come on, Don. It's just a figure of speech. You got to lead into it. Where's the charm? Seduce me.
I had been selling my whole life, but I was suddenly in basic sales training and Joe was my drill sergeant. Maybe I could learn something from this guy.
The teacher.
Rattling and yelling at the locked door, we see Slim arguing with someone through the glass. It's Kenny the Hammer Johnson.
We're closed. Come back tomorrow.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Open this door, I'm gonna break every window in this shithole.
Slim rushes over to Joe and interrupts.
Boss, some lunatic is at the door. He's pretty mad.
Is he mad or is he irate?
Well, I don't know what that second word is, but if it's worse than mad, then he is irate.
We'll find out which it is.
Slim shuffles off.
The boss wants to know how mad you are.
Kenny kicks the door and it shatters. He ducks through and gets in Slim's face. Slim yells out to Joe.
He's definitely irate, boss.
Do excuse me. Just a minor interruption, but don't let it throw you off your rhythm, Bowman. Get romantic. You were just starting to undress me.
Joe calmly heads over to the two men.
We repossessed his furniture, boss.
Who the hell are you?
The guy with his face plastered all over the store. Now, what can I do for you, Mr. Johnson?
How the fuck do you know my name?
Don interjects from across the room.
Joe knows everybody.
You stole all the furniture I bought from you.
No. Technically, I loaned it to you, and you defaulted on the loan. So, you really stole it from me.
I'm gonna fuck this place up if I don't get it back.
Calm yourself, Marine. Didn't your drill sergeant teach you how to control your emotions? Deep breaths, breathe, inhale, yeah, exhale, inhale, exhale. We can talk calmly, one Marine to another.
How'd you know I'm a Marine?
It said it on your loan application, dummy.
Don't call me dummy.
I'm sorry. That was disrespectful. You're not a dummy. You're a proud Marine who just lost all the furniture in his house. You've come back to claim it to prove your honor to your lovely wife. Brenda, right?
Are you gonna spot on me? Are there cameras in this place?
Okay, Johnson, don't get your fatigues in a knot. Your rifle's jammed, that's all. Why don't you come back tomorrow and we'll figure out a way to make this good. Slim, have little Zeb return the bed tonight. You guys gotta have something to sleep on.
Kenny is suddenly as tame as a puppy.
Good. I'm glad we got that sorted out. I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry about the door.
Go home and get some rest. Board up that door before you leave, would you, guys? And, Marine, hold up your end of the bargain. $9,429 plus $100 to fix the door. Figure out how you're going to pay. Marines are resourceful.
Joe winks at him. Kenny salutes as if getting an order from his commanding officer. Joe approaches Don.
Joe, that was fucking amazing.
Contrary to popular opinion, Don, you got to give the people what they need, not what they want. Now it's getting late, and I need to get home to watch Wheel of Fortune with the missus before my dinner is cold. Can we resume tomorrow?
Joe stands and shakes Don's hand.
And come back with some ammo, would you please? Remember, Don, you're trying to get up my pants.
Exterior, Joe's furniture, night. Kenny has finished boarding up the door. He and Slim go their separate ways. Kenny walks along the Pacific Coast Highway like he's won a battle. A black limousine pulls up next to Kenny and stops. Two thugs drag him into the car.
How dumb are you to bet on the fucking San Diego charges anyway? You're dealing with friendly Frank. Have it by tomorrow or break your good leg.
He laughs at his own joke.
Tell friendly Frank, I'm doubling down. 75 grand on the Chargers this Sunday.
Another 75 on the charges. Hey, it's your funeral, Johnson, and you're holding the shovel.
They toss him out of the moving vehicle. Kenny rolls on the ground. His prosthetic leg falls off. He hops on his foot and screams at the car. Interior, Kenny's apartment, night. Little Zeb is loading the bed into the apartment. Brenda tends to Kenny's scrapes.
What happened to you, Kenny? I swear to God, I'll kill them, even if I kill you first.
Fell down, sweetie, but I got back up, like I always do.
Brenda gently kisses the abrasion on his forehead.
You always do. You're my hero.
Little Zeb has finished setting up the bed. Kenny grabs his Marine Corps jacket as he prepares to leave the house.
It's late. Where are you going now? Gonna go get yourself thrown out of another car?
Wait, how did you?
I know road rash when I see it, fuckface.
I got some thinking to do, and you know where I do my best thinking.
Interior, Country Liquors, night. Slim is at the counter, paying the cashier. He has a case of beer under each arm. Madame Belinsky stops behind him. She has 3 cartons of cigarettes under her arm and a gallon of whiskey in her hand. Slim looks behind and is surprised to see her.
Oh, hey, Belinda.
He looks at the large bottle in her hand.
Don't judge.
Big night ahead?
Self-prescribed medication.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a mystic, ordained minister, and an apothecary. It's a shame the world doesn't know what a great motorcycle mechanic you are.
They share a laugh.
How are the kids?
Grown. Never see them anymore.
Yeah, kids. Tell them I said hello.
Belinsky pays for her goods and they face each other.
Anyway, I gotta go. Judge Judy and my sofa are calling me.
I think I sold you that, didn't I?
Yeah. Haven't finished paying it off yet.
Well, nice seeing you, Belinda. Take care, eh?
She is sizing him up.
You're looking good, Slim. Don't be a stranger.
She grabs his ass as he heads out the door. Interior, Pink Pussycat Lounge, night. Don is talking to Jimmy the Grease, owner of the strip joint. Jimmy is a very short and burly creep with a thick New York accent. Kenny sits close by, drinking his shots quickly.
How much do I owe you, Bowman?
$5,000, Jimmy. I need that money.
I don't know. It's been pretty slow. Besides, I got guys like him with $2,000 tabs drinking up my profits.
He motions to Kenny, who looks up. Kenny recognizes Don.
Come on, Jimmy. Give me something.
Don, I'm in for 85 G's with Friendly Frank. If I don't pay him soon, he'll own half the Pussycat. Now go have a beer on me.
Jimmy departs. Don sits at the bar. Kenny saddles up to the bar a few chairs from Don.
Hey, you look familiar. Didn't I just see you at Joe's Furniture?
What business is it of yours?
Well, I couldn't help it over here that you're in a bit of a bind, and I am too. Maybe we can help each other out.
Don just stares at his beer.
I'm about to do a deal that could involve a large sum of money, and I could use some help.
Don's ears perk up.
How much money?
Kenny smiles. Exterior, Omar's Fine Jewelry Emporium, night. Kenny and Don sit outside the store in Don's car.
Just stay right here and lean on the horn if you hear the cops.
I can't do this. Omar's a friend of mine.
We're not stealing from him. We're stealing from somebody who stole something. So it's all good.
Kenny sneaks around the back of the store. Don wrestles with his conscience. A security alarm sounds. Don starts the car and peels out. Kenny comes bolting out with a satchel and realizes Don is gone. He curses and sprints away. Interior, Madame Belinsky's premonition pit stop, day. Don enters, furiously shaking the orb towards Belinsky.
Is it working for you yet, Mr. Bowman?
No. As a matter of fact, since you gave me this thing, my life has gone to complete shit.
She takes the divination orb and it begins to glow wildly.
Are you some sort of a witch? Did you cast a fucking spell on me or something?
There's one thing I didn't tell you, Don.
And now you're telling me? Couldn't you have told me before my wife threw me out of the house?
I'm telling you now.
I'm desperate, lady. Whatever it takes to make this thing work.
That's the secret, Mr. Bowman.
Then what's the secret?
You can't be desperate, Mr. Bowman. You have to believe in it before it can repay you monetarily. That is what you want, right? Don? Money? Or is it something else you're seeking?
She opens his hands and places the divination orb in it. She glares into his eyes as if she can see right through him.
Close your eyes.
Don does as he's instructed.
I want you to think of the thing that fulfills you, Don. Nothing material, not money, not possessions. Nothing superficial or fleeting. What is it, Don?
It's my wife and Becca.
Now picture them in your hands right now and hold on to that thought. Do you see them, Don?
Don clenches his eyes shut. Cut to exterior, beach, day, flashback. Don and a toddler, Becca, stand at the shore staring out over the ocean glare at a toy bucket that floats out to sea. Becca cries.
My bucket. Get my bucket, Daddy.
Just wait a minute, darling. You gotta let it come to you.
They watch the bucket as it slowly approaches. Don enters the water and swims to the bucket. He lifts it in the air and turns to see his daughter celebrating on the beach. Back to scene.
Open your eyes now, Mr. Bowman.
Don opens to see the orb glowing a magnificent purple light, which is flickering wildly.
Did you see that? It's amazing.
I saw the orb in the mattress commercial. Goldilocks? Really? Have you no pride, Mr. Bowman? Let it come to you, Don.
She winks. She knows his vision. He's dumbfounded that she knows. Exterior, beach, day. Don and Becca sit under the oceanside pier, eating hot dogs.
Remember we used to come here when you were a kid? Begged me to teach you how to surf.
Mostly I just like watching you, Daddy. You were really good at it.
You were only 8 years old.
and usually left unattended on a crowded beach. Father of the Year nominee. I never told Mom.
She laughs.
I guess I wasn't always the best dad, was I?
You're a great dad. You instilled something very important in me.
I'm a 10-time loser, sweetie. Besides surfing, what did you possibly learn from me?
You taught me to always hang in there, no matter what.
How's your mom?
She says she misses you.
But not enough to take me back.
Be patient, Daddy.
Let it come to you.
Don's eyes light up, like he's seen the vision of an angel. Exterior, green field, day. Don is behind a camera. Randall and Melissa stand before it.
Trust me, guys. Just hold the thing in your hands and believe me, this commercial will work.
Don fiddles with the camera. Melissa holds the divination orb in her hands stretched out in front of her.
Ready? Action.
A magnificent spectacle is about to happen right here in your very own backyard this Sunday.
The orb begins to glow.
If you're looking for a place to fit in, then seek no more.
Trust in the divine spirit and follow the light.
The orb glows even stronger. They are briefly distracted by its essence.
To the Parish of Eternal Hope, right next to the Scrub-a-Dub car wash. $5 off every detail.
And always remember,
San Diego.
San Diego, God's got your
back.
Hot. Perfect.
Interior, Parish of Eternal Hope, day. Don stands in the back of a crowded hall before the ceremony begins. He sees Reverend Jeremiah Wonder accept an envelope from Pastor Randall. He notices a pistol, barely visible under Wonder's flamboyant blazer. The place is packed with hundreds and hundreds of people. Reverend Wonder sprints down the aisle, high-fiving the crowd as he rushes by. The place erupts. Wonder stands at the podium and quiets the crowd.
Thank you, good people of San Diego. I feel your passion, but I'm also familiar with your pain. A pain that lingers deep in your hearts. I can sense your sinking will. I too had to suffer those same pains and broken will, but no more. I comprehend your failures, your fears and worries. I too had failures, fears and worries. That was until I accepted the mighty Father into my life.
The crowd cheers.
There is another way, San Diego. There is a pathway of golden light that will take you to the promised land. I will personally lead you down that golden pathway today, my brothers and sisters. Will you take that journey with me?
The crowd is whipped into a frenzy.
Almighty Father can't hear you, San Diego. I said, will you come with me?
The crowd begins pushing towards the stage, holding their hands out towards Wonder.
That's more like it. Now I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think about what you need in this life. Not what you want. What would you give to fulfill those needs? How much is deliverance worth to you? But I already know that answer. Deliverance is priceless. And what is the opposite of deliverance? Condemnation. Stave off that fate and give, brothers and sisters. Turn your needs over to the mighty Father. Give to him your burdens. Give, give, give.
The crowd is delirious. He pauses and quiets his tone.
There will now be baskets passed around the room. Give only what you can. Give only what you think the good Lord wants you to give. Then give a little more.
The crowd clamors towards the baskets, emptying their wallets and purses.
After you have purged your burdens, your sins, your resentments and fears, I want you to form a line and one by one come up to the stage and testify to your newfound freedom. I beseech you all, have faith, San Diego, not belief. One who believes in fairy tales will languish in the material world of oppression. But one who has faith in the redemptive power of God's universe will dwell with him forever in the promised land.
Cut 2. Don stands in the back of the parish with his arms high in the air. Even he is overcome by this amazing sales pitch. He holds the orb in his hands. It sheds beams of light throughout the room. Don and Wonder lock eyes. Wonder casts an intense gaze at Don as if to say,
"This is how you do it, Donnie, my boy."
Interior, Trust Us Transmission Repair, day. Don and Luke stand by the glass counter. Luke is snorting lines of cocaine off the glass.
Want a Scooby snack, woman?
No. It's 10 in the morning, but thanks.
Luke snorts another line and looks up to Don.
Oh, okay, Bowman. What the fuck? I'm feeling good today. I'll buy your ads.
You won't regret it, Luke.
You might. Come take a ride with me first. It's part of the deal.
Luke snorts 2 more lines before they leave. Exterior, train tracks, day. Don sits in the passenger seat of Luke's truck as they travel at high speed next to the train tracks. The car jumps and bumps over the dirt road. We hear the speeding locomotive approaching from behind them.
See you feel, Bowman?
I feel like I'm gonna shit my pants.
Luke steps on the gas. This causes the vehicle to lunge ahead of the train. Train signals a deafening whistle. The sounds of its wheels clanking along the tracks grow louder. Luke then lets out an ungodly screech as he yanks the wheel to the left. The truck bounds in front of the train across the tracks to the other side to avert catastrophe as the train passes.
Did you feel it, Bowman?
Truth!
How much did you say I owe you?
Don pukes out the window. Cut 2. Close up. TV commercial. We see the finished product of Luke's commercial. The divination orb can be seen in the background. Luke addresses the camera.
Come on down to Trust Us Transmission Repair. We won't screw you.
Interior, San Diego Specialty Auto Sales, showroom, day. Don and Big Mike stand next to a shiny car.
This is the 2001 Ferrari Barchetta. Sells for $258,000, Bowman. Only 488 ever left a line, and I'm the exclusive California dealer of these bad Larrys.
Oh, wow.
Don's jaw pretends to drop.
Someone would actually pay that much money for a bad Larry?
Bowman, if I sell that car, I can finally get my wife to stop bitching about a new pool and patio.
Don has discovered Big Mike's real need. He proceeds with a quiet air of confidence.
You don't need to sell that car, Big Mike.
What the hell are you talking about? I just told you what I need.
You really need is to sell 50 of those goddamn Larrys. If I made a commercial that showed...
Don continues with his sales pitch. Cut 2. Later.
20 grand, eh, Bowman? And you think it might actually work?
They're gonna cream in their pants when they see these cars on TV, Big Mike.
Don reaches into his briefcase, produces a contract, and holds out a pen. Big Mike takes the pen and wipes Don's sweat off of it. Big Mike grabs the contract, signs it, and walks out of the office. He turns back to Don.
But it has to be a good commercial. None of that cheesy crap. Oh, and I want my granddaughter and my dog in it, too.
Don takes notes and mutters quietly to himself.
Not cheesy, kid and dog. And fuck you, Big Mike. It is about the money.
Exterior, Joe's Furniture, day. Don stands across the street, shuffling his feet.
I didn't know what it was about this sale, but it was different. Joe was different. For reasons I did not understand at the time, it had become the thing I so desperately needed, more than any other thing.
Don produces the divination orb from his briefcase. It flickers as if running out of batteries. Cut 2, flashback, interior, church, day. Reverend Wonder is on stage. He locks eyes with Don.
Let it come to you, brother.
Cut 2, flashback, exterior, beat, day.
Let it come to you, Daddy.
Cut 2, flashback, interior, Madame Belinsky's premonition pit stop, day.
Let it come to you, fuckface.
Cut 2, flashback, interior, San Diego Specialty Auto Sales, day.
Put my kid and my dog in the commercial.
Back to scene. Don closes his eyes, and when he opens them, he witnesses the divination orb glowing at full force. He exclaims to himself,
Let's dance, Joe.
Interior, Joe's Furniture, continuous. Slim and Little Zeb converse in the empty showroom. Don enters the store with a hop in his step. Slim stops him.
I wouldn't go over there right now. He's in a bad mood.
Don proceeds to Joe's desk. Joe spies Don walking toward him and lets out a huge sigh without looking up.
Not now, Bowman.
But I've got some exciting news for you, Joe. I figured it out.
I said fuck off, Bowman.
But Joe, if you would...
Can you figure out a way to get rid of every deadbeat customer I have so I can pay my debts, Bowman? No, you can't. So go away before I call Little Zeb.
Don is not deterred. He has discovered Joe's real need.
I can do that, Joe.
It was a metaphor, Bowman.
No, I think it was an analogy, Joe. And I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Joe realizes Don is serious.
You have 60 seconds. Astound me.
I see all types of people walk in here, Joe. Salt of the earth. They're trying to make ends meet, give their kid a comfortable bed to sleep in.
Hookers and drug dealers, Bowman. That's who comes in here. I'm their last hope, and after 40 years, I'm tired of it.
But they come in here just for that reason. You are their last hope.
I'm a goddamn saint.
That's just it, Joe. You are a saint to them because they know you'll work with them when nobody else will.
I've been tired of being the patron saint of the downtrodden. I'm tired of getting my windows broken and finding heroin needles in my restaurant. Mostly, I'm tired of guys like you. How did I stay, Bowman? Good luck to you.
Don knows this is his last chance.
Do you want to know why you only draw hookers and drug dealers into your store?
Joe contemplates. He wants to know. He needs to know.
Careful, Bowman.
You're unapproachable, Joe. That's why people go to Trader Sam's down the street instead of Joe's Furniture.
Sam is a thief.
Maybe so, but he's more approachable.
They're afraid of me.
Everybody in San Diego is scared shitless of you, Joe.
But not you.
Well, maybe a little.
But I'm a good guy. Some people like me.
Joe, if I made a commercial for you, I could make everyone in San Diego love you. I will get people in here who wouldn't normally come because I'm going to make you look like the guy next door who mows his own lawn, takes out his trash every day just like everybody else does. Like their third grade history teacher. Like their trusted postman.
Like my favorite uncle from Pasadena.
Precisely.
Long pause as Don thinks he has him on the hook.
I don't have an Uncle Ed from Pasadena. You had your chance. Now fuck off.
But Joe, it would work.
Leave now.
Don stands with his tail between his legs. He walks toward the door and is stopped by Slim as he leaves.
No luck, eh, Bowman?
I'd have better luck in Vegas.
Don't let it ruin your day. You almost went the distance with the champ. I've seen hundreds of salesmen come through these doors, and they all leave with the same look on their faces that you have right now.
Only give it a chance.
He takes enough chances selling people stuff they can't afford to buy. Do yourself a favor, Bowman. Go to Trader Sam's. You might have better luck with him.
I can't let this go. He needs this.
No, you need this. That's the problem. Joe knows this. He senses it. Go on, Bowman. He'll never budge.
Not even if you're giving it away. Not even if you're giving it away. Not even if you're giving it away.
Don walks toward the door. He stops short and mumbles something to himself.
Not unless
I'm giving it away.
Don's briefcase begins to start buzzing from inside. Don marches over to Joe, who is on the phone.
Hang up the phone, Joe. I'm about to give you the deal of a lifetime.
Joe smiles and politely ends his phone call.
Deal of a lifetime, eh?
But this is the only chance you'll get. Only here, Joe. Only now.
This is your one and only chance. Right here. Right now. So make it count.
I'll put your big, beautiful face all over ESPN for everyone in San Diego to see. Twice during every San Diego Chargers game.
Joe does not flinch.
For free.
Free. Nothing's free on this earth, Bowman, except bad advice. And that cost me a kidney once.
And there is no place on earth like Joe's Furniture. There's nobody like Joe.
You finally got something right. What's the catch?
If 100 people don't come through your door in the first week, I'll eat it. I'll pay for it, everything. But when it works, and it will work, Joe, you have to pay the freight, premium rates, 1-year contract, non-negotiable.
You believe in this, don't you, Bowman?
I have faith in this, Joe. Faith is fundamentally different from belief.
Why are you doing this, Bowman? Why me?
Pause as Don searches for the right answer.
Because, Joe, I want to be your go-to guy. Someone you can depend on for a ride if your car breaks down. The salesman you invite over for your backyard barbecues. I want your grandchildren to know me so well they refer to me as Uncle Don.
Don has finally got him.
I'll do it. But just to shut you the hell up.
You won't be sorry, Joe. I'll be here on Thursday with a camera crew. Wear something nice.
I always wear something nice.
Don eagerly shakes Joe's hand and quickly walks out the door before he changes his mind. Halfway to the door, he yells back to Joe.
And if you have a dog and any grandchildren, bring them too.
Slim approaches Joe as Don departs.
Hey, Slim, you think people are afraid of me?
Petrified. I know I am, and I've known you for 50 years.
I'm a really good guy deep inside.
Of course, boss. You're just misunderstood.
Exactly. I'm a very complex individual.
You're not actually going to buy advertising from him, are you, Joe?
Of course not. But did you see how excited he was when I agreed? I didn't have the heart to say no. See, I do have a heart.
Remind me to call him tomorrow and cancel. I'm not running a soup kitchen around here.
Exterior, Joe's Furniture, continuous. Don stands looking up at the enormous Joe's Furniture sign and lets out a huge sigh.
Well, I pulled it off, Dad.
Interior, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, day. Kenny sits across from Friendly Frank, who examines a large diamond. Thug 1 stands over Frank's shoulder.
Telling you, Frank, it's real.
Frank converses with Thug 1, who whispers into Frank's ear. Frank does not change his facial expression.
We'll call it even, Johnson.
Fuck that. I looked it up. It's worth over $20K easy.
Consider the difference in interest.
Consider this. No fucking deal.
Consider this. Why don't you walk out of here while you still can?
Thug 2 enters. Kenny can see where this is going.
Well, then give me the release, you motherfucker.
I like you, kid. You got balls. Here's your paper. Now get the fuck out of here before I change my mind.
Frank reaches into his filing cabinet to produce the release. He signs it and gives it to Kenny, who just stands there.
Oh, yeah? Well, fuck you, Frank. $150K more on the charges.
Kenny digs into his pocket and tosses another large jewel on Friendly Frank's desk.
I'll see you around, Frank.
Kenny looks to Thug 1.
Fuck him, too.
Kenny leaves.
You want me to fuck him up, boss?
Follow the kid. Don't touch him. Yet. There's more where that came from.
Interior, Friendly Frank's waiting room, continuous. Kenny enters to see Jimmy the Grease sitting on a sofa with the title to the Pink Pussycat in his hand. Close up, title. Back to scene. Kenny grabs the title and together, he and Jimmy the Grease storm into Frank's office.
Here you go, Frank. Jimmy's best paid. I'm now half owner of the Pussycat, and fuck you again.
Kenny tosses a diamond on Frank's desk. He and Jimmy the Grease depart, laughing. Interior, Pink Pussycat Lounge, night. Don sits at the bar, writing in his novel. He watches from afar as Kenny enters and heads over to the stage. Kenny calls Jude over. She reluctantly approaches. Kenny whispers something in her ear. She throws his beer in his face. Kenny is embarrassed and looks around the room to see if anybody was watching. Kenny stands and walks across the room towards Don. Don is anxious.
You left me hanging, motherfucker. I'd kill people for less. I once slit the throat of a shopkeeper at Cabal just because my coffee was cold.
Kenny pulls out his huge Bowie knife and places it on his lap. Don looks down at it, terrified.
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I'm a family man. I've never done anything like that. Please don't hurt me.
How do me and sweet Caroline know that we can trust you not to rat us out?
I won't. I promise.
He promises. You hear that, Caroline?
I do, Kenny. Why would I rat you out? If you get busted, I would go to jail as an accomplice.
Kenny considers this. It sinks in. He puts his knife away.
I saw you at Joe's the other day. You close to him?
I wouldn't exactly say that. No. Actually, he hates my guts. I think he hates everybody's guts.
Well, get close to him. Tell him I need to meet with him. Thursday.
Okay, but you gotta promise me that you'll be nice to the dancers.
We see Thug 1 sitting across the bar. In the adjacent corner, we see Del Corio sipping from a wine glass. Interior, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, night. Friendly Frank cleans his fingernails with a screwdriver as Thug 1 enters.
He was with that loser, the ad salesman. He was in on it.
Interior, sales manager's office, day. Rick and Don sit at the desk. Close up, whiteboard. We see $185,350 next to Don's name. Rick reaches into his desk and pulls out a bottle of Macallan 25-year-old whiskey.
I've been saving this.
He pours.
So this is what it feels like, Rick? Success. It's a little bit of a letdown, actually.
Just be careful, Don. Nobody likes a winner. That's the truth. People like losers. They can relate to them. Everyone is out to get Don Bowman now.
They clank shot glasses and drain them. Don's face has suddenly gone from elation to concern. Interior, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, day. Friendly Frank finishes counting the money on his desk.
Just like we agreed on, Frank. 20 grand plus 30% interest.
Frank looks up to Bowman with skepticism.
Did you have a distant Aunt Alice die and leave you an inheritance?
As Don leaves the room, he yells back to Friendly Frank.
And I'm pulling the ads today, Frank.
They don't work anyway. Your commercials suck.
Interior, Bowman household, night. Birthday decorations hang over the dining room table. Don, Sandra, and Becca are finishing their meals. He's been invited over for Becca's birthday.
This carbonara was great, honey. Becca's favorite.
Thank you, Donnie.
So how are things going at the hospital these days?
Do you really want to know, Don?
He really wants to know, don't you, Daddy?
I really do.
Don suddenly realizes that he never asks her how her day was.
Well, I got that promotion I was trying for.
That's fantastic.
I'm now the manager of the pediatrics wing. No more crazies coming in with gunshot and knife wounds.
Aren't you proud of her, Daddy?
I am, Sandra. I think it's great.
Pregnant pause as Don goes to take Sandra's hand, but she pulls away. Becca interjects, breaking the tension.
What's new with you, Daddy?
You guys don't want to hear about it.
No, we really do. Don't we, Mom?
Sandra drains her second glass of wine and pours another one.
Of course.
Well, a magic spell was cast on me. I had a profound religious experience, almost robbed a jewelry store and was close to death twice, and I broke the record for the most new business put on the books in the history of Dick's Communications.
Seriously?
That's amazing, Daddy.
Becca stands to give him a big hug.
Looks like it's going to be a good year.
Don and Sandra exchange a glance.
I am happy for you, Donnie. I know how much success means to you.
Oh, honey, can you be in my next commercial? I need someone to play the Virgin Mary.
They all laugh. Interior, Joe's furniture, day. Don enters with two men who carry TV production gear. Joe is sitting at his desk when he sees Don enter. Don calls out to Joe from across the room.
Okay, Joe, are you ready to make magic happen?
Joe lets out a deafening call.
Slim! Get your ass over here!
Slim approaches Joe.
Didn't I tell you to remind me to kill fuckface?
I forgot.
Slim breaks the veil again.
I didn't forget.
Why are you such a moron?
I was born this way, Joe. You know that.
Cut 2. Later. Don is offering stage and script direction to a very stiff and rigid Joe, who holds his pet chihuahua onto his arm. The divination orb is placed in an outstretched hand of a Greek statue in the background. It glows brightly. Joe speaks into the camera.
If you need furniture, come to my nice store. We'll sell some.
Joe addresses Don.
This is not going to work.
It will, Joe, it will. We just need a tagline, catchphrase, a hook.
You got that right, pal.
Something clicks in Don's brain.
Say that again, Joe.
This isn't going to work.
No, the other thing, you got that right.
You got that right.
Good, Joe, but this time with a little more oomph.
You got that right.
Seduce me, Joe.
You got that right.
Like you haven't been laid in years.
You got that right.
Cut. That's a wrap.
Cut 2. Later. The TV crew is cleaning up. Don and Joe laugh while conversing. Kenny enters. He carries the satchel.
Oh, shit. Joe.
What? You need me to go do it again? I think I got it down now.
I neglected to mention this, but that crazy Marine asked me to tell you that he had a business proposition for you. I told him I'd set up a meeting.
Nobody makes appointments for Joe. This ad campaign of yours might be over before it even started, Bowman.
Interior. Joe's furniture. Office. Continuous. Kenny opens the satchel and produces the jewels. Joe approaches a large safe and enters the combination. Joe then removes a large sum of cash from the safe.
I'm curious, kid. Why me? Everyone knows you do business with Friendly Frank.
Because Friendly Frank could never come up with the kind of money you just gave me. And I hate his fucking guts. I guess I just hate you less.
Exterior. Joe's furniture. Continuous. Kenny triumphantly exits the store. The two thugs have been watching from their limousine across the street. Interior. Joe's furniture. Continuous. Joe notices Thug 1 ambling throughout his store, pretending to be a customer. He's dressed in a black suit and sticks out like a sore thumb. Joe watches as Thug 1 casts indiscreet glances towards Joe's office. Interior. Joe's home. Night. Joe and his family, wife, the two Zebs, grandchildren, and dog are perched in front of the television set. Close up. TV.
Here it is! Here it is! There's Papa!
We see Joe sitting on the tiger-striped sofa, his dog in hand and 6-year-old granddaughter sitting next to him.
So come on down to Joe's Furniture where you can live like a king on credit.
Back to scene. Joe and his family are gushing over the absolutely worst television commercial in the history of the world. Interior. Joe's Furniture. Day. Montage of shots. Customers are flooding Joe's store. Joe greets them with a big smile. He repeats the tagline when they beg him to do so. Cut 2. A young couple stand in the background as they watch Joe work the floor. Their young boy hides behind their legs.
Go ahead, ask him. Ask him. He won't bite.
The boy finally gains the courage to approach Joe.
Are you the man on TV?
Why, yes, I am, young man.
Will you say it?
What would you like me to say, young man?
You know.
Okay, just for you. You got that right.
The boy lets out a squeal. Joe beams with pride and pleasure. Interior, Joe's furniture, night. Slim sits on a red velvet throne of a chair. His feet are up on a glass coffee table in the shape of a cactus. He's dressed in a tattered, medieval jester's costume while smoking a cigar. He addresses the camera.
And so began the makings of what looked to be a long and beautiful friendship. It was a win for everyone. The king of credit was happy because people finally liked him. I sold more furniture in a month than I'd ever sold in a year, and Don was suddenly the newly ordained Prince of San Diego advertising. He was a changed man.
Interior, sales manager's office, day. Close up, whiteboard. Don's name has $325,000 next to it. Exterior, strip malls, day. Montage of shots. A now well-dressed and confident Don enters and exits dozens of stores with signed contracts in hand. Interior, dirty deeds done dirt cheap, night. Kenny stands over Friendly Frank's desk with an air of authority while Frank counts out the large sum of money. Kenny grabs the cash off the desk.
Hoorah! Chargers win it with an interception with 3 seconds left on the clock. Take that, you fucking slyball. Kenny Johnson just dropped the hammer on Friendly fucking Frank Fugazi.
Exterior, cul-de-sac, day. Kenny and Brenda stand on the front lawn of a beautiful house. We presume this now belongs to them. They gleefully watch men move furniture through the front door.
I promise you, Brand, a Marine's word is everything.
Exterior, San Diego Garment District, day. Don exits a fine clothing store holding boxes and new suits. He gets into his shiny new Mercedes-Benz and drives away. He is followed by the 2 thugs in a black limousine. Exterior, Pink Pussycat Lounge, day. Jimmy the Grease hands Kenny the title and keys to the Pink Pussycat Lounge. Kenny is now the sole owner of the Pink Pussycat. Close up, title and keys. Back to scene. Jimmy the Grease hops in the front seat of his brand new red Ferrari. He peels out as he exits the parking lot. Interior, Joe's furniture, night. Slim is still dressed in the jester's costume. He stands between 2 statues of naked women. He addresses the camera.
But don't change that channel, San Diego. The script to this tacky TV commercial is about to get weird.
Interior, Joe's furniture, office, night. Del Curio has his feet up on Joe's safe when Joe enters his office. He isn't a bit surprised to see the grifter has got in his office without anybody looking.
Well, got your touch, huh, Tony? Smooth as a snake in the grass.
It's my furtive nature is what kept me alive in the human forest, Joe. I'd tell you to open the safe, but I know you better than that. Dao Su would never be so obvious.
I'm just a poor old furniture salesman trying to make a living like everyone else.
Every grifter in this town knows you have McFaddy's jewels. It's just a matter of where you're hiding. Who are you using as your mule these days, Joe? Is it the kid?
You must have got a touch of malaria in the jungle. You're talking nonsense.
Just 'cause we serve together, don't think for a minute I wouldn't slit your throat in your sleep to get them. It would be one of my greatest pleasures to watch you bleed out. We both know what you did in the village.
Del Curio takes his feet off the safe and rises to confront Joe. They stand face to face, inches apart.
I did what I had to do.
I waited 20 years for the old man to die. Damn, I thought he was gonna hold on forever.
I knew it was you the moment they went missing, Tony. You always were so predictable. I'm just bad that I let you beat me to it.
Del Curio looks at the picture frames on Joe's desk.
I saw your commercial on TV the other day. Was that your granddaughter sitting next to you?
Joe stares Del Curio down without flinching.
You should know better than to fuck with a Marines family.
Yeah, but you know this about me, Joe. I'll do whatever it takes.
Semper Fi, right, Tony?
All's fair in love and war, Joe. It looks like this is gonna be war.
Del Curio steps around the stoic and motionless Joe. He heads to the showroom. He stops by a leopard print sofa.
Why don't have your boys deliver this beauty to Patricia? It screams class. Just like you, Joe.
Cut 2. Close up. TV screen. The Pink Pussycat Lounge commercial plays. Kenny stands at the door, surrounded by strippers. Brenda stands next to him. She waves to the camera as Kenny proclaims,
Y'all come down to Pink Pussycat Lounge today. First 100 customers get a free George W. Bush bobblehead doll.
Exterior, Pink Pussycat Lounge, night. Kenny is at the door greeting scores of customers. Thug 1 pulls up in a car, gets out, and rushes towards Kenny with a baseball bat in his hand. Kenny ducks into the strip joint. He scrambles onto the stage, interrupting the striptease act. Thug 1 follows him as Kenny tumbles off the stage and runs to the back door. Thug 1 corners Kenny in the alley. Kenny tries in vain to scale the chain link fence, but his prosthetic leg gets stuck in the holes and Thug 1 rips him off the fence.
But me and Frank are square.
That's fake, Johnson. The money and the diamonds. Frank wants you alive. I'm still gonna fuck you up, though, just for the hell of it.
Thug 1 closes in on Kenny with a baseball bat in hand and whacks him across his good knee. Kenny collapses. Thug 1 beats him and throws him in the dumpster. Interior, Madame Belinsky's premonition pit stop. Day. Kenny hovers over Belinsky, who stares into a cup of tea leaves.
It doesn't work like that, kid.
I need to know if my wife and soon-to-be son was safe.
Wait. I sense something. I'm seeing something. I see a boy. 10 years old. He's throwing a football to a friend. There's a woman watching him from the front door of a house. It's a pretty house. She wears a sad smile.
That's her, Brenda, and my son. Tell me, am I in the picture?
Pause as Belinsky pretends to study the tea leaves.
I'm afraid not.
What's his name? Can you tell me his name?
Wait. It's coming to me. Ends in Y.
She closes her eyes.
Kenny. His name is Kenny. Kenny Jr.
Named him after me.
Kenny jumps out of his chair and begins pacing around the room like a maniac. He begins to argue with himself.
Shit. I gotta be around to see my kid grow up. You're so fucking confused. Composure, Kenny. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You knew this would go sideways, but I thought I had it made. Either way, we're fucked. You need to get those fucking jewels.
He addresses Madame Belinsky, who watches with calculation.
Wait. Is there a way you can tell me how this shit's gonna go down?
Madame Belinsky is moving in for the kill.
You know, Kenny, you can influence your destiny. Maybe you should tell me what's going on. I can dig a little deeper into this and until we come up with a way to do just that.
Kenny pauses for a second until he purges and spills the beans about the whole escapade. As Kenny leaves the back room, he passes through the reception area. He is awestruck by the Parish of Eternal Hope's commercial playing on TV. Close up. God's got your back. Exterior, hotel, day. Kenny carries 2 suitcases up the stairs. Brenda follows.
Aren't you going to tell me what's going on, Kenny? Why do I need to stay here tonight? Are we in danger?
Come down to this, Sergeant. We've been ambushed. We're pinned down again. We got to do something else or we're dead. We've been down this road before, Brent, but this time I got this. Don't worry. God's got my back.
Shut the fuck up, you lunatic. I'll give you 24 hours. Then I'm coming looking for you.
Kenny and his wife embrace. He rubs her belly and walks away. Interior, Madame Belinsky's premonition pit stop. Night. Belinda picks up the phone.
Frank, it's Belinda. I've got some info for you, but it's gonna cost you. Fine, if you don't want to know where Johnson is headed, you can find him yourself.
She pauses and waits for Frank's response.
Okay, but you'll have to forgive my debt. Deal? He's headed to...
Exterior, 101 highway, night. Thug 1 is in a limousine tailing Jimmy the Grease, who is cruising the strip. Jimmy realizes he is being tailed. He steps on it. The limousine keeps up. Jimmy punches it. They continue with a high-speed chase. Jimmy rips a tight turn, and at full speed, he smashes his car against the back of a parked truck. The limousine smashes into the back of Jimmy's car, pinning him in. Thug 2 gets out of the limousine and rips Jimmy from the car. Interior, dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Night. Kenny and Jimmy sit across from Friendly Frank. Kenny is bruised and bloodied. He holds his prosthetic leg on his lap. Jimmy is bleeding and scraped from head to toe.
Where's the money, Johnson?
Well, Frank, first I bought a house, and then I bought the pussycat, and then I lost $100K at the craps table at the casino. It's all gone, Frank.
Frank is panicked. He turns to Jimmy the Grease.
Where's the money from the pussycat?
Look in the glove box of the Ferrari your guy just sandwiched into a truck, Frank. The title's in it. It's all yours.
He spits out a tooth.
You let Joe scam you.
Yeah, but if Joe scammed us, it means we scammed you, didn't we, Frank?
Does not.
Does too.
Kenny snickers.
What do you have to add, moron?
Don't ever call me a moron, Frank. Take it back.
Well, you called me a fucking greaseball the other day. You take it back first, and then I'll take it back.
No way, because I know you ain't taking it back.
Okay, we'll take it back together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Neither of them comply.
I knew it, you fucking slimeball. Quiet.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with you two putzes.
How about you just let us go? We'll forget the whole thing.
He's even dumber than you, Johnson.
Take it back, Frank, or I'm gonna redecorate this place with your blood.
Enter Thug 1. He whispers something in Friendly Frank's ear.
Well, that is a fortuitous change of possession, Johnson. We know which hotel that little darling of yours is hiding out in.
This sets Kenny into a seething mass of restrained rage.
Frank, there's no reason to make threats. Besides, this guy is nuts. Everybody knows it.
He might be crazy, but he's not too dumb to know when he's beat. I'm giving you 24 hours to find the real jewels, or...
He remains seated, holding tight to the armrests.
Don't do it, Kenny. Don't go full hammer on him.
His face is turning bright red. His veins begin to swell in his neck.
If anything happens to my wife, I'm going to execute you and your guys. Full guerrilla style. Evisceration, disembowelment, dismemberment. All of my favorite things.
Frank laughs. Jimmy drags Kenny out of the door by his good leg.
You got until daybreak tomorrow to produce.
Friendly Frank grabs Thug 1 by the collar.
Fine bone.
Interior, Joe's furniture, night. Joe calls out to Slim.
Fine bone.
Interior, Madame Belinsky's premonition pit stop, night. Enter Reverend Jeremiah Wonder.
Well, if it ain't Vincent Squillanti, the vanishing vicar.
Good to see you too, Belinda. I need a favor.
You ain't getting a free reading today, Vin.
Why don't you come back out on the road with me, Belinda? Leave this circus sideshow act behind. We were a great team. We'll go 50-50 this time.
I've made enough deals with the devil lately, Vinny. Now, what do you need?
He holds out a very large sum of cash.
You must have something you really need to know, Vincent.
There's suddenly a lot of vermin walking around this town with heavy wallets. I want in on it. Word of it is, Belinda, that you're dabbling in the dark arts again and your shadow crafts have returned.
She glares at him. He puts out his palm and she begins to read it while reciting an incantation. Interior, Joe's office, night. Joe, Slim, and the two Zebs await Don's arrival. Enter Don. He's dressed in a silk, shiny, new Boston Red Sox jacket. He wears a large gold bracelet that spells Don in diamonds. He holds it out proudly so Joe can see it. Close up, Don's gold brace. Joe looks at the new Don with disapproval.
What's up, boss? Thought you'd like it. It's just like yours.
Joe motions to Don to sit.
Is there something wrong with the commercial? We can shoot another one anytime you want. Dick's Communications would do just about anything for me these days.
Don, I bought advertising from you when I really didn't need it. I did this as a favor to you because I knew you needed it. I let you into my circle. Now you need to do something for me in return.
Sure, Joe. Anything for you.
I need you to take this.
Joe hands Don the satchel.
Where do you want me to take it, boss?
Joe hands Don a piece of paper with an address written on it.
You have to leave now, Don.
What's in it, Joe?
It's of no concern to you. I'm going to be meeting you there.
Don stands. He looks ominously at the satchel.
Am I in trouble, Joe? Did I do something wrong?
Whatever you do, Don, under no circumstances should you look inside.
Don is freaked out. He nods in affirmation. Exterior. Anza Borrego Desert Highway, truck stop, night. Don is pacing back and forth under the dim light of a single street lamp of the deserted building. Dust swirls. A coyote howls. He leans against his Mercedes, awaiting his contact to arrive. He talks to himself.
Who the hell does this Joe think he is, anyway? I made that guy famous.
He glances every so often at the satchel in his front seat. Finally gathers the guts to open it. The bag explodes with a dense fog of blue, covering Don from the waist up. He gasps and coughs, frantically rubbing his eyes from the stinging as the blue dust finally settles. He looks inside the bag and sees the jewels. He quickly closes the bag and puts it back. Minutes later, the two Zebs pull up in their car.
Get in, asshole.
Interior. Car. Don sits in the back seat. His face, torso, and arms are covered in bright blue dye. They drive a great distance without a word. They stop by the side of a deserted field of cacti. The three men get out of the car. Exterior. Desert. Continuous. Big Zeb opens the trunk and produces a shovel in an identical satchel. He hands the shovel to Don. Three men walk for a mile until Big Zeb stops them.
Dig.
He motions to Don, who has pissed his pants.
Guys, whatever it is, I can fix it. I didn't take any of the jewels in that bag. I swear, I was just...
Don continues shoveling.
What do you think, Little Zeb?
Little Zeb lets out a goofy, uninterpretable wail.
You're gonna bury me in a shallow grave? That's barbaric.
The two Zebs laugh uncontrollably as they place their other satchel in the hole.
Fill the hole, Don. You passed Joe's test. You didn't take off with the bag. You could have, but you didn't. Welcome to the family.
Exterior. Same desert road. Continuous. The two Zebs and Don speed off towards the truck stop. A few miles down the road, they pass a limousine that the two thugs are in. Big Zeb notices this and smiles to himself. The plan is going according to schedule. Interior. Joe's furniture. Night. Slim breaks the veil again as he waltzes through the store, holding a broom like a dance partner. We alternate from Slim's narration to Slim addressing the camera.
We were pinned during the Battle of Saigon, and Joe promised this to you.
Slim waltzes to the back room. Cut 2. Exterior. Vietnam jungle. Flashback. The two men crawl through the mud.
That if we made it out alive, we'd figure out a way to make that $1 million score. Joe would open up a furniture store as a front, and I'd help him run it.
Cut 2. Interior. Joe's furniture. Continuous. Slim hums America the Beautiful as he sweeps the floor and dances around furniture.
But we didn't just sell furniture, we sold everything. At first, we ran illegal bets at the racetracks and fixed races.
Cut 2. Exterior. Del Mar Horse Track. Day. Flashback.
Our next racket was fencing stolen merchandise. Small stuff like stereo systems at first, but eventually bigger stuff like jewels and cars. Joe always liked his big, shiny automobiles, but he was especially fond of big, shiny bling. I did all the legwork, of course, and Joe was the front man. Always the front man.
Back to scene. Slim straightens a framed wall photo of Joe and Slim from when they were in Vietnam. Close up. Photo. Joe has Slim in an endearing headlock. Back to scene.
And it worked great for many years. For Joe, mostly. Joe counted the cash, and I was sentenced to 4 years for multiple counts of grand theft auto. Got out 9 months later for good behavior. It wasn't so bad. I always took the rap, but Joe made sure I was treated well in prison. Joe has connections everywhere, and he always paid me well when I got out for my troubles. All anyone sees of the guy is his mean side. Most of the time, meaner than Mike Tyson. Most kills in our battalion. Something he tries to shake but never will. There's a soft spot in his blackened, near-empty heart. In all the years, I only saw it once.
Dissolve 2. Exterior. Gravesite. Day. Flashback. A much younger Joe is alone, staring into a grave as mourners disperse. He adorns his Marine dress blue uniform. Back to scene. Slim is standing in Joe's office and he picks up a framed photo off the desk. Close up. Photo of a young girl.
It was his only daughter. I never saw him drink again after that night.
Cut 2. Interior. Joe's furniture. Back room. Night. Flashback. A young Slim and Joe are blind, stumbling drunk. Joe is still dressed in his marine blues. Slim in a suit that does not fit him properly. They are laughing uncontrollably and holding each other up.
I love you, Slim, buddy. I know I'm hard on you, but it's because I need you, Slim. Truth is, I've always needed you by my side. I groomed you to be ready for when time comes.
Joe kneels over the floor corner and removes a floorboard.
Now get over here, fuckface.
Slim approaches. Joe opens a safe that has been built into the floor.
If anything ever happens to me, I need you to take anything that is in this safe to my cousin Angela. He handles all the family business.
Got it, boss.
I'm going to tell you the combination. You are the only other person in the world that knows it. You can never write it down.
Joe whispers the combination to the safe. Joe then opens the trapdoor at the bottom of the safe. They both stare into a long, cavernous tunnel before them.
He had been planning for something much, much bigger than that $1 million score his entire life.
Exterior. Don's hotel. Night. Don walks across the parking lot towards his hotel room. He's still covered in blue dye. The two thugs pull up next to him in the limousine. Thug 2 gets out of the car and throws Don into the back seat.
We need you to show us exactly where you buried it.
I can't tell. Joe would kill me.
Hey, how's that daughter of yours? Rebecca, I think, is her name. Cute kid.
Don is frozen with terror.
She's got nothing to do with this.
She knows now. Do as we say and everything will be okay. Frank said to tell you that. He likes you, Bowman. Frank don't like many people.
Exterior. Anza-Borrego Desert. Night. Don has finished digging up the satchel and presents it to the two thugs who look inside and nod to each other. Cut 2. Anza-Borrego Desert. Night. Dream sequence. Don's clothes are ripped and filthy. He staggers. He is visibly exhausted. He's got cactus needles stuck all over him. His face and hands are covered in blue dye. Don sees the image of his father standing by a cactus. A coyote sits obediently by his father's side.
Dad?
You're heading down the wrong path, son.
His father's image is transformed into a cactus, leaving Don weeping.
Come back, Dad. Come back.
Interior. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Day. A pile of diamonds sits on Frank's desk. The two thugs proudly stand before him. Frank holds one of the jewels before his eyes. He then sweeps the entire pile of fake diamonds off the desk and onto the floor.
Find Bowman.
Exterior. Don's house. Day. Don, still covered in blue dye, frantically sprints out the front door of his house. He can't find his daughter. Interior. Joe's furniture. Day. A battered Don enters the store and rushes towards Joe in a fit of rage. Big Zeb stops Don in his tracks. Don struggles in vain for release.
Where's my daughter, Joe? Why did you drag me and my family into this?
You dragged yourself into this, Don, when you came through my doors and wanted me to invite you over for barbecues. Because of that, half the men in this town think you know something.
What do I know, Joe? I'm just a salesman.
No, Dump. You're a marked man. This is the only way I can keep Becca safe. Little Zeb is with your daughter. You'll be okay. You have to leave town, Don.
I'm not going anywhere.
Slim comes up behind Don and sticks a needle in his shoulder. Don collapses on the ground. Big Zeb lifts Don's shirt. He attaches a package to the side of Don's chest, wrapping it with several layers of duct tape around Don's torso. It appears to be an explosive device. Interior, Joe's furniture, night.
Angela, it's time.
Exterior, Joe's furniture, rooftop, night. Joe sits across the street in his car. He watches through binoculars as Kenny ineptly scales the side of a building. His prosthetic leg gets tangled in the rope. Kenny reaches the roof. He throws the rope to Jimmy below. Jimmy the Grease comically tries to climb, falling several times. Joe laughs. The men scamper towards the large HVAC vent. Kenny loosens the cover. He ties one end of the rope to Jimmy the Grease and throws it down the vent. Jimmy climbs into the vent. Kenny lowers him down. Once Jimmy the Grease is in the showroom, Kenny climbs back down the building and proceeds to the back alley where Jimmy the Grease lets him in the back door. Interior, Joe's office, continuous. Kenny applies several explosive devices to the safe. The two men scatter. The safe blows. There is nothing in the safe. A security alarm sounds. They take off through the back door. Interior, hotel room, Tijuana, Mexico, night. Big Zeb and Don sit across from each other. Don is still covered in blue dye. He is tied to a chair. They are both bored and just staring at each other. The raucous sounds of Tijuana pervade. There seems to be a cantina below them.
This is fucking insane. You guys are all fucking insane. Do you know that? You know that, don't you?
It's what the boss wants. It's for your girl's safety, Don.
Untie me, Big Zeb. I won't go anywhere.
I really can't do that, Don. I'm under strict orders from my dad.
Can you at least take this thing off of me? It's shaping my arms, getting wrath.
Not if you want to stay alive.
Big Zeb, I'm pleading with you. I can't just sit here knowing that my daughter is in danger.
She's fine, Don. My dad might seem cold and heartless, but he'd never let her be harmed. It won't be long. I'll get the word by tomorrow morning, and you'll be back safe and sound with your family. The boss has your back.
God is supposed to have my back.
Pause as Big Zeb contemplates this. He's a bit spooked.
What does that mean, Don? Have you found God? Did you have a premonition or something?
Yes, I saw God, and he wants you to let me go.
The boss trumps God.
I need a drink, Big Zeb.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm so fucking thirsty. I'll get some water.
No, Big Zeb. I need a real drink. Let's go get one downstairs. Calm my nerves. You owe me that at least.
I don't know, Don. Joe wants me to keep you in this room.
You can't deny a marked man one last drink. Just one and you can tie me back up. Scout's honor.
Yeah, I was a Boy Scout. Were you a Boy Scout?
Don begins to recite the Boy Scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and country and obey the Scout law.
Big Zeb joins in. Don has sold Big Zeb. Interior, Tijuana Cantina, night. Big Zeb and Don sit at the bar, trading shots of tequila. Don discreetly dumps his liquor on the ground. Big Zeb is so drunk he falls off his bar stool. Don looks to see Del Corio in the far corner of the bar, watching them carefully.
I like you, Don. You're a good guy. I think of us as good friends. Are we good friends, Don, you old pal?
Don nods and puts his arm around Big Zeb.
Of course, Big Zeb. You're trying to save my life. Buddies for life.
I like that. Buddies for life.
Except I think I'm gonna get sick. Where the hell is the bathroom?
Don fakes to puke and puts his hand over his mouth. He rushes toward the bathroom and spies a back door. He quickly exits. He looks back to see Del Corio do the same. Exterior, Tijuana Street, continuous. Don quickly navigates through the dense crowd, mostly drunk college kids and loud servicemen on leave. Don ducks into a busy cantina. Del Corio follows moments later. Interior, the Painted Berto, continuous. The place is packed. Don looks towards the door and sees Del Corio enter. A Mexican man is walking around from table to table. He has a car battery strapped around his neck. The man approaches a table full of soldiers. He extends two metal rods that are attached to each terminal of the battery. The man convinces one of the soldiers to test his manhood by holding onto the rods while he intensifies the strength of the battery. The soldier hands the man a $5 bill. The crowd goes silent. Everybody watches the scene. The soldier is holding his own as the man slowly increases the strength of the charge. The soldier's face grows bright red and visibly strained each time the man increases the charge. The crowd urges him on. They become further and further engaged when a higher level of charge is attained. Finally, the soldier lets go of the rods and drops his head to the table. The crowd goes wild. The man then approaches a table where two young American couples sit. He extends two metal rods. He tries to get the men to partake. They shake their heads no. The crowd watches to see who will be next. Don sees this as his opening. He approaches the man and slips him $5. The man hands Don two rods and begins to adjust the intensity. Everybody in the place watches as the man slowly increases the intensity. Don nods to let the man know to increase the charge even further. A small crowd begins to gather around the two men as the intensity increases. Soon there is a thick crowd surrounding Don, chanting, "More, more, more." Don holds the rods until he is near collapse. He looks to see that Del Corio is now pinned against the wall on the other side of the crowd. Don releases the prods, ducks beneath the feet of the crowd, and bolts out the back door. Exterior, Tijuana Street, continuous. Don hails a taxi. The car quickly stops and he jumps in. The driver looks back to see panic on Don's face.
¿A dónde quieres te lleve, gringo?
Don does not understand.
¿Dónde? ¿Dónde? Where?
To the border. As fast as you can go. Please, I'm desperate.
The taxi speeds off, honking wildly, quickly navigating the narrow, busy streets of Tijuana. Don looks back to see Del Corio hop in a taxi and head in the same direction. Don's driver looks in the rearview mirror and sees this. He also sees the terrified look on Don's face.
Trouble, amigo? I'm pretty sure this guy wants me dead. That ain't the worst of it. Somebody wants to kidnap my daughter. And if I don't get across that border, something bad is going to happen to her.
The taxi driver looks in the rearview mirror again to see Del Corio's taxi closing in fast. He looks at the photograph of his own daughter taped to his rearview mirror and then to the picture of Jesus next to her. Close up, photos, daughter, Jesus. Back to scene. The taxi driver leans on the gas. He rips a right, then a left, and then a right, averting the cab behind. We follow the taxi as the driver adeptly navigates the narrow streets, honking his horn madly to disperse the drunken tourists. Soon, the taxi slowly approaches the Mexican border. Hundreds of cars are in line, waiting to cross. Cars are honking. Peddlers are peddling. Mariachi bands are playing. Don looks several rows over and sees Del Corio and his taxi. He and Del Corio lock eyes. Don's driver sees this. He gets out of his car. He grabs Don by the arm and quickly leads him through the maze of cars. Del Corio exits his taxi and quickly follows. He's gaining ground. Don's driver lifts Don onto the hood of a car and yells,
Vámonos, amigo! Quiero rápido, amigo! Go, go, go! Dios te respalda!
God's got your back. Don takes off, hopping from one hood to another, towards the border crossing. Del Corio does the same. Don's driver lunges towards Del Corio and trips him up long enough for Don to get away and out of sight.
Y yo también.
And so do I. Exterior, Joe's Furniture, night/early morning. Kenny and Jimmy sit parked in a car across the street.
And you're sure the jewels are in there? You're positive you can disarm the alarm, right, Kenny? Kenny. Talk to me, man. You're freaking me out.
Kenny remains in silent resolve. He's plotting destruction. They watch as Joe and Slim prepare to close up for the night. Joe locks up and heads towards the back of his store. Cut to U.S. border. Day. Don hops on a tourist travel trolley, which proceeds to make incessant stops at attractions along the way. Don grows impatient. Cut to interior, Joe's Furniture. Back room, night, early morning. Joe and Slim converse. He hands Slim a gun.
Slim, I need you to sleep in the break room sofa tonight. I'll send word for you when I need you.
Slim nods and exits the room. Interior, Joe's Furniture. Back room, continuous. Joe unlocks the floor safe. He grabs a few jewels and places them in an envelope. He writes a note. He places the note in the envelope and seals it. He heads to his office. Cut to interior, San Diego trolley tours, day. After what seems to have been the 100th stop, Don rushes to the front of the bus. He grabs the microphone and lifts his shirt to expose the explosives. The crowd gasps.
Change of plan, folks. This is now the express bus to Encinitas. There will be no further stops. Thanks for traveling with San Diego Trolley Tours today.
Joe's furniture, office, continuous. Joe reaches in his locker and puts on his old Marine combat fatigue jacket. He puts the envelope in the inside pocket. He reaches behind his desk to retrieve a Marine Corps issued duffel bag with his name still stenciled on it. He retrieves several of his war medals off the desk and pins them to his lapel. He reaches for a photo of his daughter. He picks it up, looks at it momentarily, and gently places it back on the desk, exactly where it stood. He puts the bag on his shoulder and heads to the front when he hears a banging at the door. Interior, Joe's furniture, continuous. Big Zeb is at the door. Joe lets him in. Joe peeks his head out the door and quickly locks it. Big Zeb is sweat-soaked and panting.
What the fuck are you doing here? You're supposed to be with Don.
I fucked up, Dad.
Don is now outside, banging at the door. He's still covered in blue dye and he's also sweating and panting. They let him in. John's presence throws them off. They neglect to lock the door behind them.
Where the fuck is she, Joe?
She's safe, Don. I can't tell you any more than that.
What the fuck is this stuff taped to me? If you're trying to get me killed, you're gonna do a good job of it. You're a real fucking animal, aren't you, Joe?
That is an accurate statement. Wasn't supposed to happen like this, Don.
Where's Becca, Joe? If anything happens to her, I'll kill you. This is all your fault.
What's my fault? That you decide to waltz into my life and expect everything was going to be wine and roses?
It's like you knew all this shit was gonna happen.
You showed up at the wrong time and got caught in the crosshairs, Don. I had no choice. By then, it was either your safety or the safety of your daughter.
Why, Joe? Why me?
Del Corio enters. He's pointing a rifle at Don.
Because that is how the King of Credit got to be king in this town. He makes a mess and lets other people take the fall for it. Don't move, Bowman. I don't want to kill you yet. It would be bad for business. And we got business, don't we, Joe?
What took you so long, Anthony? You're slipping.
This is the fucking lunatic who's been chasing me since Tijuana. Who is he, Joe?
I'm the guy who's gonna blow your head off if you don't tell me where the jewels are.
I wouldn't do that, Tony. Don, lift your shirt.
Don lifts his shirt and reveals the explosive taped to his torso.
Well done, Joe. I see you haven't lost your edge.
Anything happens to the kid, we all die. Right here.
Friendly Frank enters. He's got a gun trained on Del Corio.
Drop the gun, Tony. Bowman is all mine. Tell us what you know, kid. Start from the beginning.
I don't know anything. Just a salesman.
Reverend Wonder enters. He's got one of his pearl-handled 6-shooter guns trained on Del Corio and the other trained on Friendly Frank.
The good Lord wants me to have those jewels. Drop your weapon, Frank.
Well, if it isn't the Velvet Vicar of Vice. I was wondering when you'd catch wind of this.
The men oblige and drop their weapons.
What's cost of salvation going for these days, Vincent?
It just went up. Who's the kid?
He points and waves his gun at Don.
I'm just a salesman.
Exterior, Joe's furniture, continuous. Kenny watches what has quickly transpired through the showroom windows.
What the fuck? This is not how she said it will go down.
Kenny is in full heavy combat gear mode. He opens the trunk to grab a climbing ropes. Kenny puts an AK-47 over the back of his shoulder. He digs another one out of the trunk and hands it to Jimmy.
I've never held a gun in my life. You didn't say anything about guns. I can't use this thing.
It's easy. Just point and shoot. Come on. These guys ain't gonna know what hit him.
They head around to the side of the building where Kenny comically scales the drain pipe. He throws the rope down to Jimmy, who ineptly uses it to get up the building. Interior, Joe's furniture, continuous. The showdown has not changed. Wonder still has his guns trained on Del Corio and Frank. Pastor Randall enters. He's got a small pistol trained on Wonder. His hands are shaking.
I want my money back, you cocksucker.
That's no way for a respected member of the clergy to talk, Pastor.
You took everything we had. I'm gonna kill you.
Look, I'm putting down my guns.
Wonder puts down his guns.
Don't use that gun, preacher. It's not worth it. Now, I have an idea as to how every one of us walks out of here alive and rich.
God is watching you, kid. Ease up.
Why should I believe him? I'll tell you why, son. Joe is known for doing a lot of despicable things in this town, but he never goes back on his word.
Drop the gun, mister. Semper Fi. That means he's always faithful. Ain't that right, Joe? Let's hear him out.
We divide it up. Even. Those jewels are worth over $150 million. You could save a lot of souls with that kind of money. Wouldn't you agree, Master Randall?
Randall slowly walks closer towards Wonder. His hand is trembling.
It was all the money we had.
The good Lord giveth and the good Lord taketh away.
Stop. Enough. Look at us. Has any among us ever stopped for just 1 second to look in the mirror and ask who we really are? Are we conniving, lying, and hurting scum because it's who we are or who we let ourselves become? Hasn't anyone in this room ever loved anyone? Or got love from someone? Is that what this is all about? Have we all been hurt and wounded so deeply that we feel we must burn what's behind us and destroy everything in our paths? Look at us in this very moment. We're at Joe's Furniture, this minuscule, insignificant speck in a vast universe. The very place that one of us or some of us are likely going to die. Someone in this town will have the guts to say, enough. Well, I've had enough. I quit. You win. Take everything for all I care. But I'm leaving now to go find the only thing in this world that means anything to me. Does anyone else have the balls to join me?
A long pause as they all consider what they just heard.
Fuck that.
Randall fires his gun at Wonder. Kenny and Jimmy come crashing through the ceiling. The lights go up. Brenda enters with an AK-74.
Freeze, motherfuckers.
Brenda points her gun to the ceiling and unloads 20 rounds of ammunition. Debris and rubble rain down on the men. The men all hit the floor and covered their heads. After 10 seconds of sheer madness, she finally stops shooting.
Stay down. She ain't afraid to kill.
Don is moaning on the ground, holding his stomach.
Joe, you're running this shit show. What are you gonna do? All eyes on you.
Just hold on a minute. Nobody do anything they're gonna regret. Slim, come out.
There is no response.
He does this all the time. Slim, get your skinny ass out here.
Still no response.
Slim, I need you to open the safe and bring the jewels up for everyone to see them. Now.
Still no response.
Joe is gonna slowly bring us all to the jewels, and we're gonna put this mess behind us for good.
Brenda blasts another round of ammo over the men's heads. The group cowers and file into the warehouse. Close up. The safe. It is empty but for a short note. Close up. The note reads, "Goodbye, suckers. Warmest regards, Slim." Exterior, yacht, day, television commercial. A resplendent boat named Bad Credit heads into the golden California sunset. Slim holds an umbrella over Madame Belinsky. She sits in a chaise lounge on a boat deck with a drink in her hand. Tired of your tedious, ordinary life, yearning for salvation, longing for validation? Make your dreams a reality. Get your very own Belinsky divination orb today. Use it wherever you go, at home, in the office, at the beach, or in the shower. Share it with friends and be the life of the party. Adventure and excitement await at select locations near you while supplies last. Exterior, same yacht, continuous. Close up, figurine. Looking toward the bow of the boat, we see an ornate figurehead attached to the bow. It resembles one you would see on magnificent wooden pirate ships, sailing vessels of the distant past. Waves crash upward over the craftily carved bust statuesque of a beautiful woman. Her arm is stretched out before her as if an offering to the heavens. The figure is holding the divination orb in her hand. Only $9.99 from Zepco. Interior, hospital, day. Sandra and Beck stand next to a patched-up Don, who is reclining in a hospital bed. The doctor enters, carrying the divination orb. He holds the orb in front of Don's eyes. It has a bullet hole in one side. Close up, the divination orb with a bullet hole in it. Back to scene. Kenny enters, holding an envelope. He presents it to Don. Don struggles to open the envelope. Kenny hands him his Bowie knife, who uses it to open the envelope. Don sees the jewels and a note. He reads the note to himself. Close up. Note. The note reads, Don, for your troubles. Joe. Back to scene. Don hands the envelope to Kenny.
You keep it, Kenny. Sometimes you gotta let it come to you.
Interior. Pink Pussycat Lounge. Night. Jimmy the Grease is behind the bar. Kenny, Valcurio, Friendly Frank, and Reverend Wonder sit across from him, nursing their drinks, chatting like they are old friends. Friendly Frank impatiently holds his glass up towards Jimmy, as if to ask for another. Jimmy shakes his head.
Sometimes you just gotta wait until it comes to you, Frank.
Interior. Joe's furniture. Office. Flashback. Omar presents Joe with 4 identical sachets with counterfeit diamonds in each. Joe inspects. They shake hands. Close up. Photo. An old picture of Omar and Joe. They are in uniform during the Vietnam War. End.